Good morning, everyone. Today is Thursday. It is February the 7th, and this is Futures in 5. Got a little bit of an early recording today because of what is happening, and let's take a look at this. Now, we have a swing trading system from Metastock that's called Target Rich Trades, and it tells us really big picture motion. So 3 days ago, it said, hey, you want to watch for a failed retest of recent highs, and then we're going to watch for a failed bounce into a lower high. And so what we had yesterday was the first part of that, the failed retest. Now our intraday formation here that we have with motive wave triggered short action yesterday at about the 1 o'clock area. So these actually show up in between as the candle is forming because it's based on price and motion rather than the completion of the candlestick. So what we look for here is the next candlestick to bounce and fail the high. So this 4-hour event shows the first target zone coming from our old resistance levels and our old support levels. And so we're going to see bounce action here, and how well the bounce does here at around this 27.26 to 27.30 going to tell the tale. If it recovers, we've got likely sideways action, but if it fails, it's the introduction of a further leg down into our big congestion zone, potentially all the way back here. But this is the beginning stage, and so this is going to be the first bounce pass. It'll be where you see buyers step in like they are right now, trying to hold us above this congestion zone at 27.10. You can see it right there. So that'll be the bounce. Old resistance is going to sit here at 27.17. That's going to be our newest resistance zone as its old support. Doing a very nice job telling us to trim gains. You can also bring your stop in from that space. Let's take a look at the NQ, saying the same thing. This one triggered actually overnight. But again, our swing system says look for the failed tests here. And that's exactly what we had. A failure to hold higher. Now we're coming into the front line of support. Can we bounce and then lose the level? The big region here is going to be right where this arrow is sitting and near our old congestion zones. Holding above there, we're likely to move back into our resistance spaces. Note the relative highs here, and you can see them trying to bounce. I suspect what we have on the horizon is a series of failed bounces. And YM doing the exact same thing, all the triggers from the swing Metastock system telling us that our intraday motion can take over, where we know that we're likely to see failed bounces. And so again, support action that we saw from yesterday, now looking like it's right around here. That's going to be where the first group of buyers are. Remember, this is a very bullish chart. So pullbacks into support are going to find buyers, and that is true across the board. ES, NQ, YM, all of them, they're going to find people trying to pick up the value buys because they believe that the rise is going to continue. Our system, plus the results from yesterday's target performances, tell us it's a very unusual event. Very, very unusual, and that signals a likely turn. So we're going to watch for this big swing action that began all through January to start to give us a little bit of a fade. Let's take a look at oil. It's a little bit noisier when moving averages are flat and we have this upside pressure. It's always into resistance. We had that. Now we've got the lower highs and then a double trigger short in the space. So what's it going to do? Pull into support. The moving averages are flat. This area still holding as a relative support zone. Pullbacks are going to be buy zones. They might be a little steeper, so you're going to have to watch that out. But this trigger event says, listen, trade the ranges until the ranges break. And when they break, you get out, watch for the failed retest on the tighter formations, and then you get yourself a good move. Gold sitting, take a look. Here's our support edge. That's the high end of support. This is the low end of support. And there is the bounce. Short action triggering on the 31st that gives us the failed retest there. So that's around 1321 all the way to 1304. This is a very, very nice chart as well, but we should see a bounce zone here that really begins to challenge 1313, which is huge. If 1313 holds, we're off to the races again. If it fades, we're coming down into the lower edge of support, which could be 1294 even. All right, 1294, 1296. Got to keep our eyes on the chart. Overall, negative drift in a sideways formation that's going to give us a little bit of bounce. Good luck trading today. Some exciting days if yesterday, February the 6th, turns out to be our pivot region that we're thinking. It's going to be a very, very nice call for both sets of systems.